Gary, you must be happy with that?
No, I'm really happy with that. I spoke to the players yesterday about the importance for me personally about the game. I just felt the way our last couple of results, a couple of draws and the teams above us had been winning, I felt it was important today, however we'd done it, that we got the 3 points, because if we had lost the game, for example, we could have, in Inverness had won, obviously the loss, but I'm looking at the game thinking that Inverness were going to win at home against Falkirk, and I don't mean any disrespect to Falkirk by that, but you think yourself, if we lose and they win, you've got to be 7-8 points off of the playoffs. So from that point of view, I say to the players, I thought it was our most important league game of the season. Then after the game, I said to them, I praised them, because this season we've had a lot of praise for how we play attacking wise, but today I thought our attacking play was just a little bit off. However, what won us the game was our defensive qualities today. I thought every man in the 11, Alan all the way up to Stephen, defensively we were very, very good. And when we're very, very good like that, and we have been like that in quite a few games this season, we always feel that we'll get a goal regardless of how we're playing. So, and that's how it proved. But today the win came because we were good defensively. It wasn't because we were brilliant and we ripped Partick open and we had 20 shots at goal or anything like that. It was a hard fought, we ground the result out, and you've got to do that if you want to be successful. You can't always go and score 3, 4, 5, score great goals. But the reason that we were able to do that is because we won to 11 and the subs when they came on, we were very good defensively today.
Just on that as well, you know, there was one key moment where Jordan heads it off the line, that kind of just...
Listen, Partick Thistle feel very hard done by. I thought they started the first half the better for the first 20 minutes, and I thought they started probably the first 50 minutes of the second half the better team. There wasn't a lot in the game, but I felt they were in control. Once we changed it ever so slightly midway through the first half, I thought we became the dominant team in the first half, and I thought we became the dominant team in the second half, albeit two big factors have went our way today. Jordan's headed a great one off the line, and from where I was at 1-0, I thought Partick had a stonewall penalty, and we're very fortunate the refs not gave it. So we'll look at that again. I think my own personal opinion is we've had a slice of luck, but we didn't get any luck at home to Morton, we didn't get any luck at home to Inverness. So as the season goes, it generally balances itself out. But I think, you know, I've got to give the players credit for just how we battled and fought today and made sure that we got the 3 points.
Those 3 points as well opens up that gap between yourself
Opens
and
up the gap, yeah. It's the gap that I was talking about for maybe Inverness and your Dundee United's getting away from us. We've now put that gap between ourselves and some of the teams at the bottom, and they've got to try and make their points up on us. So we'll never take our eye off the ball, we'll not stop looking at it over our shoulders, but with the way the results have went, we've actually closed the gap on fourth and third, and I think we've got into fifth. So all in all, it's a pleasing day's work for us.
You wanted 3 points, that was the mission.
That was it. Like in the cup last week, I said to the players we had to get into the next round, and I said to them today, you know, I hope you go out and put on a performance like you did against Inverness. But to me today, it didn't matter how we played, we had to just get those 3 points, and I think the players' performance showed that they were determined to try and get the 3 points for the club today.
And Stephen Dobie does what Stephen Dobie does.
Yeah, he was very quiet, isolated in the first 20 minutes. Very isolated in the first 20 minutes actually, because we were a little bit deep, not deliberately, just the way that Partick played, it caught us. It never caught us out, but we never got to grips with it. We had to change it ever so slightly, and then we got some support to him. But I think he had a couple of half efforts. His only really chance he scores, and you know, that's why you wouldn't have him instead of anybody else in the league.
Obviously a bit of concern is...
There is a bit of concern, Sandra. I can't, obviously that my whole interview folk will be fast forwarding this to hear about Stephen Dobie, and I can't tell you anything. We'll have to wait 48 hours. What I can say is he's played a lot of minutes this season, and what's happening at the end of the game, and this is just me looking at it, I hope that it's more a fatigue injury rather than a tear or a pull. However, we won't know until we get him scanned or it settles down for 48 hours. What I would say is what's happening in the end of the game, I hope it's a fatigue injury. But again, I could be completely wrong. He could, you know, hamstrings, if you've got a grade 1 hamstring strain, you could be 7 to 10 days, because I've had them, all sorts of grades. If you have a grade 2, you could be looking at 4 to 6, and if you have a grade 3, you could be looking at 3 months. So there's no point in me guessing what he's got until it settles down, until we get him looked at. We'll all have to just hope and pray that it's at the worst case it's a grade 1 and he's maybe only a week to 10 days.
Alan Martin back today?
Yeah, you know, Jack came into the team and Always difficult leaving a young boy back out, but I just felt we needed experience back into the back line. I thought he came off the line at the right time. I thought his distribution in the main was good. I thought he gave us a good calming influence, and I think he made a really good save at a vital time. I think we also blocked one off the line. So if you listen to my interview, we blocked off the line, header off the line. We had to be good defensively today, and I thought Partick's performance was good. I think they're in a false position. I think they've got really good players. And people for the outside will look at that saying that's a game that we were expected to win. They're a decent team, Partick. They've got good players, and that was a hard game for us today.
You talked previously about the goals that Queens have scored this season, but that's another clean sheet.
No, we've had a few clean sheets. We have. It's just we get into this habit where we sort of have a clean sheet or we lose 3 or 4, and it's frustrating. But sometimes that happens. But it is another clean sheet, and a lot of the time you put it down to the defence, and they will get the majority of the praise to the defence at the end of the day. But look at Linden for the goal. He's on the wrong side of the boy. He chases back. He back tackles him if he wants. He tackles him for the wrong side. He gets up. That's what you need. I remember once in the first half, Andy Stirling ran back about 50 yards because Merce was out of position. He tackled somebody. We had him. Frizzell came on. He tackled somebody away in the far corner. So you need that. We need our flair players to do that, because when teams are on top of us, if our flair players don't defend and put that workload in, we're going to concede goals, because the amount of flair players we've got, it means you're defending with 6 or 7 players. So we need those type of players to do what the parts of the games that don't come natural for them. And today they've done that, and we got our just rewards.
You talked earlier on as well about Josh Todd.
Yeah, Josh he's been having a few wee niggles, Josh, and he always wants to play. And I spoke to him last night, and he says, I'm fit, I want to play. And we played him, and we got 70 minutes with him. But I think, speaking to Josh there, I could just tell for the off he wasn't just himself today. Yes, he got through the game, but he's just had 2 or 3 wee niggles, and we maybe need to just shut Josh down for 4 or 5 days and just get him back training probably towards the end of the week, and try and let him just try and get over some of these wee niggles. But he's done well to play 70 minutes.
Massive game again next week.
Well,
to Ross County.
The thing is, and we say this, we always say that every game's a massive game. Alloa away is no different to Ross County away or Dunfermline at home. That's our next 3 games. And if you look at them any differently, like we maybe did in the first half against Alloa, it tends to bite you in the bum. So we will just assess each game as it comes. We've got a lot of injuries in there now. I'm going to need to give the players an extra day off this week, or get them in and not really train as much. We're like the walking wounded in there now. So we need to make sure that we try and get as many players fit as possible and look after them and get them ready to go against Ross County next week.
And Ross County have made a great start to the season.
And I would expect them to, but you've still got to deliver. Even though there's that expectation, you've still got to deliver. And I think Stephen and Stuart have done excellent. They've recruited a really strong squad, and I think the results have been very good. And as I say, that's what you'd expect for the squad they've recruited, but there's an expectation then, and you've got to deliver it, and they have delivered it. So fair play to them. They're just making their way in their management game, and they've done excellent. We played them here. There was nothing between the teams, and actually Stuart and Stephen said to us after the game, they thought we were the better team. So we've nothing to fear. We're generally, yourself, since we've been at the club, our away performances we get a lot of good results away from home, and hopefully we'll go up there and get another one on Saturday.